Hello and welcome. This video is a continuation of the previous video where we created an Express.js backend for a React Native application with a MongoDB database. In that video, all the three systems, the application, the backend, and the database were running in the same machine. We were only using the phone as an emulator. In this video, we will create a cluster in MongoDB Cloud and an URI connection string. Then deploy the Express server in Vercel, and finally create an APK file using Expo. In short, all the three systems will move out of our local machine and will be running in separate devices or locations, but will be connected to each other. There are certain prerequisites that we must fulfill before we proceed with this operation. We must have an account in MongoDB, Vercel, and Expo. We also need to have a GitHub repository for the Express backend. First, we will create a database in MongoDB Cloud. Go to MongoDB's website, create an account or login if you already have one. Then in the home page, click on this button to create a cluster. I have selected my cluster as M0, which is free. My service provider is AWS and my region is Mumbai South. I will click on continue. Then I will change the name of my cluster to test cluster. You may or may not make this change, it's up to you. Then click on the create deployment button. A new window will appear. For the add a connection IP address, I will select allow access from anywhere. I will leave the IP address as it is. Click on add IP address. Then in the create a user, add a username and a password. After that, click on create user button. Next, click on choose a connections method. Then I will choose connect to your application. Now you will see your connection string. I will copy this and paste it in a text document for the time being. Click on done and your database cluster is created. Now in your backend, create a .env file. Create an environment variable mongo_URL and paste the MongoDB connection string here. In the connection string, remove the db_password and enter the password which you had set earlier in the MongoDB website while creating the database user. After that, in the index.js file, I will comment out this code, Mongo's connections code, which I previously wrote to connect to the local database, local MongoDB database, and instead I will write the code to connect to the MongoDB Cloud. So const db equal to process.env dot mongo_URI. This will contain the connection string. Then mongoose.connect, pass in the db, means the connection string. Then I will console log cloud connected, and if there is an error in connection, I will console error connection error. Now I have to then in the .gitignore file create also place the .env file to so the git ignores it. Now I will start the server npm run start, and I will I'm still in my local machine, but I will see if it is connected to the database or not, to the cloud database or not. Okay, I am seeing cloud connected. Then I will go to Thunder client and I will try to create a new node in my database. Send it. Okay, I'm getting the response. Now let us go to the MongoDB Cloud, MongoDB's website. Click on cluster, browse collection. Yeah, you can see the nodes and the new node that you just entered. So my backend is now connected to the database. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to deploy the Express server in Vercel. So go log into your Vercel account. I will use GitHub to log into my Vercel account. I will add another line here in the index.js file module.export SQL app and comment out these lines. Now we will create a Vercel.json configuration file that will be used to deploy a Node.js backend, means the Express server, to Vercel. We will now create the JSON. Version 2. This specifies a project uses Vercel's latest platform, that is a V2. Builds. This defines how the Vercel should build the application. Source index.js. This tells Vercel the index.js is the entry point of the application. Use add Vercel /node. This specifies that this is a Node.js serverless function, Express API. Routes. This defines how incoming requests should be routed. Source within quote slash within parentheses dot star. This matches any route. Dot star means everything. Dash index.js. This routes all the requests to index.js where our Express API handles them. Now you have to push these changes to your GitHub repository. Git add, git commit, message, MongoDB Cloud connected, deploying in Vercel. Git push, origin, master. Enter your passphrase. Okay. Now in your Vercel, let's import the repository. Express this one. Import. Now you have to enter the environment variable again, means that is the MongoDB's connection string. You have to enter it again here, mongo_URI, and copy the string and paste it here. Now deploy the server. Okay, it is successfully deployed. I will now continue to dashboard. Click on the URL link /nodes, that is the endpoint to fetch the nodes. Okay, you can see the nodes here. So the deployment for Express is successful and it is connected to cloud. Now we shall create the APK file for the application. First we need to get the domain URL generated by Vercel and paste it in the API underscore URL in the index app.js file in our React Native code. Then I will start the application in my machine first and scan it with Expo Go and open it. You can already see the node that we created using Thunder client. I will just create one more node and see if my app is connected to Vercel and the database and the MongoDB Cloud database. Let's refresh this. You see the node is here that I just created. Now I will create the APK file using Expo EAS. For that I will first install npm install -- global EAS CLI. I've already created a detailed video on how to generate APK files. EAS login. I'm already logged in. If you are not logged in, then you need to use your Expo account's username and password to do so. Next, I will create the EAS.json file EAS build configure. Press yes for this. Select Android. Now I will build a APK file EAS build -p Android -- profile preview. Yes. Yes. Okay, the files are being uploaded to the EAS server. And the build is being queued. Now the build is in progress. It will take some time. Okay, the build is completed. Now we have got a QR code. I will open a QR code scanner in my mobile. Scan it. Open the QR code. And I will get the option to download the APK file. Now the APK file is been downloading. So download is completed. I will install it. Okay, the installation is done. Now let's test the application. First I will create a new node. Add node. Okay, it node is added. If I refresh my test cluster in MongoDB, I will see the node here. See. So now let's test the edit operation. Edit. I will just enter word here. Update it. So update it. Let's refresh this again. In my collection, my database collection in MongoDB. Here you can see the updated word is here. I need to delete the version. Let's refresh this again. Okay. and the node is being deleted. So the backend is here. Now if you want to check the Vercel backend, you just have to enter the URL and /nodes. The nodes are present here. Let me enter new node here. As you can see, all the systems are working. So I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one.